So you had some concerns?
Yeah, I just had like some questions about like the ERA, because I don't know, I'm on these Facebook pages, so you know, like there's always people with their 2 cents. And this one girl was just saying like what she had all done before, like she had endometriosis, and she was just saying to do like to do like the, I don't even know, here I'll read it to you. It says she did ERA, Emma, Alice, receptive diagnose hysteroscopy, DNA fragmentation testing, comprehensive immune testing. She said if you have endo, I would ask to go on Plaquenil for a few months, and would also get a Lupron wash before transfer. Also steroids, minimum 20 milligrams, and intralipids 7 days before transfer.
Okay, so a lot of what she's recommending, and so I really am taking a little bit of umbrage at this, because this is not a physician, this is a patient who happened to get pregnant.
Yeah.
And she's feeling that every one of these things made a difference, when most of what she has listed hasn't been backed up with randomized control studies.
Right.
So what I would recommend, and this is what I think is going to be most important, is number 1, doing the ERA, and with that we will get a report both on the whether or not you're receptive by what we've put you on, and if you're not receptive, it'll give a recommendation on how to make you receptive.
Okay.
Number 2, with that test, we can get the bacterial growth in the vagina and the endometrium.
Okay.
And that's the Alyssa and Emma.
Okay.
So that is called the trio, and that should be done.
Okay.
Now, I will tell you that there has been a study done looking at the ERA, and in that study, they did not show that doing it made any difference. However, the way the study was structured is that they did the ERA on a large number of patients, and they age matched them, and diagnosis matched them, and did not do it on the other set of patients.
Okay.
In the end, they didn't see any difference in pregnancy rates. This is IVF.
Mm-hmm.
However, the ERA was really developed to help guide physicians with patients whose linings are not doing what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And you fall into that group because your lining has been thinned.
Yeah.
And so I've been doing the ERA now for about 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
I have found it very helpful in patients who have endometrioms that are not doing what they should be doing.
Yeah.
So I strongly recommend that. Number 2, the Receptiva probably should be done, but I will have to tell you that you have endometriosis.
Mm-hmm.
We know it.
Yeah.
The Receptiva simply looks at a protein called BCL6.
Mm-hmm.
And if it is overexpressed, it indicates that there is some inflammation going on related to endometriosis.
Mm-hmm.
If it is overexpressed, they recommend 3 months of Lupron.
Okay.
So the test is going to cost you, with the lab that runs that test, Receptiva, is going to charge you almost $700.
Oh wow.
So we can do it, but I was just going to recommend that before we go to transfer, you go on 3 months of Lupron.
Anyways, yeah, because I know will the VA not cover that test?
I have no idea.
Because I think they cover.
But I don't know if they go through insurance companies.
Yeah. Okay.
I know that with the ERA, basically they take the credit card of the patient having it done. I don't know if they will put it through insurance.
Okay.
The cost of the iGenomics of the trio, which is the ERA, the Alyssa and Emma and Alice, that is about $1,000.
Okay.
That does not include what we charge for monitoring you and doing the biopsy. I would assume that the VA would cover all of that.
Yeah, I think hopefully they do.
Yeah, I would assume. I mean, if they're covering, I would assume.
Yeah, I think they do.
I mean, it's not that. I mean, every charge is, when you add the charges up, after a while it really starts adding up. But if you compare the cost of doing that to the cost of the IVF, it's not very much.
Right, yeah.
So I must assume that the VA is probably going to cover that. As far as whether or not iGenomics and Receptiva will put it through your VA insurance, I have no idea.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's safe to say I know I have endo.
Receptiva will not, then we don't have to do it.
Yeah.
We can just put you on 3 months of Lupron.
Okay, yeah, if it's not covered, I mean, it's safe to, I know I have it. I've had 2 surgeries for it, so.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm probably going to
And I was
it.
just going to recommend just doing the Lupron before we went to transfer anyway.
Yeah, so I could do like the Lupron after my egg retrieval.
If your BCL6 is not elevated, then we could go straight to transfer. So that would be the nice thing about doing it.
Okay. Yeah.
And I've had, I have a patient that I had 2 large endometriomas removed, and we did and then a year later, we're trying to put some embryos back, and we did the Receptiva on her, and it was negative.
Oh, wow.
So great. We don't have to go do the Lupron. Now, the other stuff, the lipid, the putting stuff in the uterus, none of that has been supported in good studies.
Okay.
So I'm sorry, I can't agree with whoever the Facebook page.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was like, I need to ask the doctor.
She got pregnant.
Yeah.
She had so much going, you have no idea.
Yeah, right. Could have just been chances of luck too at this point.
Well, see, that's the other thing about all this, and that's why it's sometimes so hard to get at the truth.
To know what worked. Could have just been your time.
Some patients will swear that it was that pineapple core that they ate. That's why they got pregnant.
All those pomegranates.
And that's all over the internet.
Yeah, oh, trust me, the pineapple core is a huge thing. Good. Okay, I just wanted to clarify everything because I got, like she said, all this stuff, so I wanted to make sure I think we're on the same page and everything for sure. So I was definitely planning to do the ERA in October, and if you think it's okay to do another egg retrieval in November, and then probably start the Lupron after that is kind of my plan, if that's like what you're thinking.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine.
Okay. Like doing the ERA in October won't mess with the egg retrieval in November and vice versa, right? Like it's not too much?
To do the ERA?
Yeah.
No,
okay.
not at all.
Yeah, it's not going to affect the ovaries at all, right?
No.
Yeah, okay.
And then the other thing is the saline sonogram in many studies is equivalent to the hysteroscopy. So, if your next egg retrieval, if you'd like, we can do a hysteroscopy while you're asleep.
Yeah.
I'll take a telescope and look in. But if your saline sonogram looks good, it's going to look good. But I'm okay to do it visually if you would prefer that.
Yeah, might as well.
So you think about it, and we can do that with your retrieval.
Okay, cool. Awesome. That sounds like a great plan. I should get my period in like a week or 2. So I guess I'll be reaching out then. Okay.
All right, well, I'll put a cycle plan in for your ERA.
Okay, perfect. Thanks so much, Doc. You're the best.
Okay, I'll see you later.
All right, I'll see ya. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
This is so overwhelming.